Good evening, and we're ready to play Dune again. It's the third session? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Third session
second proper session, isn't it?
Second proper, third,
good.
including the actual
because I put session 2, so hopefully it's the second session.
Yeah, okay, second session.
But we did start playing in the character gen, did we, or did we? I can't remember.
Yes, we did.
We did.
We did a
taster.
That's why we're thinking of it as the third, but it's two.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And we
Possibly.
find the characters on Wanich, is it Wanich 9, I believe, home of the Bene Gesserit School, otherwise known as the Chapter House.
Yes.
Would the players like to introduce themselves? Jason.
Yeah. I am Birkin Atez. Oh, Bertim. I thought I got that wrong. It's Bertim Akez. I beg your pardon. I'll update that in a minute. I am the superphysician of the party. I've been dabbling in some DNA and sampling to sort out this mystery of ours that we've had to worry about. And recently we've been trying to get plans ready for a wedding, which you've realized is actually not a wedding, in fact, but it's more of a ruse for such a thing. And we're about to meet some Bene Gesserits, which, player-wise at least, I am freaking out about.
Yes, yeah, it's a bit of a change. Actually, change of planet and change the circumstance for you. Becky.
Atomica Heilemann, strategic mastermind, military genius, guerrilla warfare expert, duelist. And I haven't read Chapter House Dune, so I have no idea what to expect.
That's okay. I'm sure you'll cope. Ronnie.
I know, it's terrifying me. Bene Gesserits are scary.
Well, here's the thing. I've only seen the film. So my knowledge of Bene Gesserits is very, very limited, and therefore I'm not quite as afraid as the others. I'm not sure whether this is a good or bad thing. All I do know is if they're scared, there's probably a good reason for it. And yes, Darius is the sort of counsel and business acumen, and had been going along, I suppose, to sort of teach etiquette and so on, and has ended up, it's not going well.
Yeah, you're more the diplomat of the group.
The thing that scares me about the Bene Gesserit is the last thing we did of our own free will was probably stepping off the ship, and I'm not even sure that I actually wanted to do that.
Yep, that is the trouble with the Bene Gesserits. They have their own agenda, and no one really knows what it is. But you're here now. You pull up outside the Bene Gesserit school. And I believe you saw an acquaintance of yours as you were pulling up, already entering the school. This was the Lady Fenring. Ah,
yes.
Yes, you saw her entering the school ahead of you, just as your Gren car pulled up. The driver gets out and opens the door for you, and moves to the back of the car and starts unloading your luggage. And a middle-aged woman walks down the steps towards you, very, very dressed quite formally, and she says to you, "Good day. My name is Anna Gazarian, Reverend Mother Anna Gazarian. How may I help you?"
Good day to you, madam.
Good day. I bow, sort of reverentially.
I follow suit.
I salute.
Well, how can we help you?
I'm trying to remember her name.
Yes, we are here to collect the Emperor's niece for a marriage to whoever our Duke's called. Duke blah 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 blah. Duke Slavona.
Your Duke is
Sharona.
Erin.
Erin Camore.
Yes. She says, you are, okay, yes, we didn't quite expect you now, she says. And she looks at your luggage and says, you're not, you can't stay at the school. You're not intending to stay here, I assume.
We'd like to be on this planet.
Oh, the planet, certainly. But you can't stay at the school. She says, this is Bene Gesserits only. You can't stay here. There's no facilities. You'll have to stay in the wider city.
Would you be able to recommend somewhere?
Certainly, she says. There's probably there's a place that has a affiliation with the school. We can put you up in. And she gives you a card. Give this to your driver. He will sort you out a couple of rooms there.
Okay.
Can we have an appointment to meet the lady in question?
When you get settled, give us a telecom call, and we'll sort you out an appointment. She's busy finishing her classes at the moment, but she should be ready to leave the planet within the next couple of days.
Very well.
And she just stands there, just sort of waiting for you to go.
I wait for the other two to turn around first. And my first couple of steps, I step backwards.
I
You're really not trusting, are you?
No.
Again, I bow reverentially. We thank you for your kindness, and we will contact you once we are settled at this.
I'm not purposefully like waiting to see her reaction, but what I do is make a point to show the card to the driver in front of her.
Okay, you show he's just closed the trunk of the air car, and you've given the card. You see his shoulders drop. He sort of opens up again, starts lifting the bags back.
I'm afraid we can't stay here, sir.
No, okay. You've got to get back in the car. I'll sort it out for you.
Yes, please take us to, and I read out the address. Again, so she can hear.
Yeah. Any reason you want her to see it, or?
It's more so she knows for definite that we intend to stay there, so there's no kind of qualms, if that makes sense. So at least if we do change our minds or change things, then she'll be more inclined to think, yeah, they're staying at this place that, you know.
Okay, the air cab driver sort of like closes the trunk again once he's loaded everything back in. And he says, please, get back in the car. And he gets in and slams the door.
Okay. And it's only once we've driven off that you realise Atomica suddenly detenses.
And if you look back through the window, you can see Anna Gazarian is standing there with her arms crossed until watching you leave until you're out of sight. Will only be the time she turns around and goes back inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's only when we're out of sight that eventually I'm like, oh, you sort of see the body language change.
And the cab driver sort of says, not the welcome you was expecting then.
No. Honestly, it didn't really come in with expectations. Other than we're probably going to have at least one assassination attempt while we're here.
Oh, it's not far to this place, he says. And a short time later, you turn up at a hotel, a facility for guests.
Darius Bertim. I was thinking whilst the car was driving then that what if just I stayed here being more security minded and you two stayed somewhere else? Keep you sort of safer and unobserved? Although that may cause communication difficulties between us. Perhaps that's a bad idea.
I'm thinking more of the fact that whilst you have proven yourself more than adept at handling yourself, if they know of that, they may bring a greater number, and if we're not there to take some of the flak, then you might actually die if we're not there to take some of the
Is
rooms.
there a way of us staying within the vicinity of the hotel so we can at least keep a watch on it?
Yes, you can do. Yeah, I mean there are other hotels in the vicinity you can stay in. Yes, certainly.
The thing is, if we stay somewhere else, we may miss a vital call or appointment.
Yeah.
I think we just have to. And no matter what we do, this is their planet.
It is, yes.
They're going to
We have to
know
play by
anyway.
their rules.
For now, we stick with etiquette, and
It's their rules and their game, and we are at a disadvantage.
yes.
Yes.
At least until the guild ship takes off, with us on it.
Yes, so if that's what you want to do, you can quite easily find another place to stay for two of you. If you want to sort of
No, I think we're going to stay all in the same place.
you're all going to stay in the same place. Okay, so you walk in, and there's places available, and it's quite a nice top-notch place. All the facilities, you get shown to your rooms, and they're very spacious, very comfortable. Chair dogs for everybody. And you settle in and unpack.
I'd like to scan all of our rooms for bugs and surveillance devices.
Yeah, sure, you can do that easily. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely help with that.
Okay, so can you give me some sort of Bertram, give me a scanning roll, and Atomica, if you give me some sort of security roll.
Security systems.
Security systems.
Yep.
I'm just trying to
I'm assuming you would have packed your equipment yourselves to take with you.
Scanning.
10.
Scanning. Oh,
10. Okay.
I do have the equipment devices specialty. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you're checking Burton for traps, poisons, and stuff. And Atomica, you're checking for assassination devices and bugs.
And I
Bugs and surveillance,
hunter seekers,
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I have no
Tech.
such equipment at all in that area.
Is a 7.
anyone checking Darius's room as well? Or are you just going to let him fend for himself?
I'm checking all of our rooms.
Yeah. I got a
I was
7.
going to say because I have no, I don't have any equipment to do any of that. My stuff is all in the art of diplomacy and so on.
Yeah, sure. Okay. That's fair enough. So you check the rooms. So Tomica, you don't find anything in the way of traps or assassination devices.
Or observation and surveillance. And
I was going to say, you do find a couple of listening devices, two in each room.
Okay.
One is placed in the communicator for each room, and one is placed in the central light fitting.
Okay, well, for the moment, I'm going to leave them there, but make the others aware.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we do want to have a conversation, or even we can have entirely false conversations and blink at each other.
When you tell us this, I'm keen to see, like, is there some sort of, like, either a jukebox or a way of producing, like, loud music in here? Or, like,
you
on,
can
like,
have
a
some sort of
TV or
entertainment system. Yeah, entertainment system or something.
In that case, I'm keen to, if we're going to, like, talk properly, then turn it on, crank the volume up.
What was your role for your equipment there, Bertrand? 7. Okay, so yeah, that's a moderate pass. So you find there are some sort of drugs in the chocolates left on your pillows. That you think would actually loosen your tongue a little bit.
I scoop them up and chuck them in the bin.
Yeah, they want to
Down
get
the
you to
sink,
talk.
whatever.
They want
What?
to get you to talk, and they want to be able to overhear what you're saying.
I wouldn't eat any of those. They're a bit out of date.
Although what you actually say is point to the chocolates, go, "Oh, lovely chocolates," whilst you slide them into the bin.
Oh yes, a bit
Yeah.
a bit nutty. Yeah.
Who's putting the call through back to the school to arrange a appointment?
I think it should
Darius.
be me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not me anyway.
And I sort of remind him that there's. I don't see why there's a point of me reminding him that there's a listening device on the thing when he's actually calling the people that are listening. But nonetheless, it instinctively occurs to me to remind him that they're going to be listening when you call them.
Yes. They're going to be listening. They're going to be listening to my call to them. Yes, and I know what you mean. They won't just hear me on the communicator. They're going to hear all of us for context. Yeah.
So you call the school, and you reach a general switchboard. You ask, you explain what you want. You ask to speak to somebody, and
Yes.
you wait for a little bit, and you get put through to a Reverend Mother, and she says, "Yes, hello. You want to make an appointment to see Scylla Miriam?"
Yes, we do. Yes, at your earliest convenience.
Earliest convenience tomorrow morning at 10.
Tomorrow morning at 10. I make sure that when I'm writing it, that I am near. That when I'm writing it, that the pen and paper are near the listening device, or where we think the listening device is, so that she can hear that I'm writing it down.
I don't know if this is a
Well,
particular
ASMR.
woman that's listening to it. But she says, "How many of you will be attending?"
There will be the three of us, the ones that you met earlier.
He says, "I'm sorry, I didn't meet anybody earlier."
We were. We did arrive at your school earlier. We were met at the door and asked to call to make the appointment.
Very good. She said you are aware that she will not be able to leave for a couple of days.
That is fine. We do understand.
We will see you tomorrow at 10.
Tomorrow at 10 it shall be.
And the line goes dead. And then a second later, it's almost like a second line goes dead.
Okay, at that point, I'd like to turn on the entertainment system very loud with some neo-funk punk death metal, switch to our battle language, and quietly whisper in the corner that's furthest away from the entertainment system speaker and the microphones. I'm most concerned in terms of security that they'll somehow embed in her some kind of kill switch or assassination, mental programming.
Yes, I envisaged that already.
And what we need to do is to discern what that programming is, what the trigger is, so that we can break it. We're not going to get that sat here in the hotel. We actually need to break into that school.
Well, there is the opportunity of me assessing her health, but at the same time, I'm worried that if I do go in, it may be too late and it will go off anyway.
Well, assess her health at the school.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'm
Yes.
planning to do it in a proper environment.
But we need to try and break her mentally to see what conditioning she's been given. We know she's been given conditioning. We need to find out what the conditioning is.
I would agree with everything that you have said. However, I want such a mission to succeed.
Well, yes, that's the problem at the moment, isn't it?
Which is why I would be a hindrance to you if I went there with you in an attempt to sneak in. I am simply not trained.
You are
in
perhaps
arts.
best placed to try and reduce our sentences, yes.
Yes, I'm the person who'll probably get you out of the trouble that you might land yourself in.
I don't know if that'll actually happen, but yes. not getting out of the trouble completely, no.
Your combat arena and mine are very, very different.
Oh, they have a relationship.
So, what are you all going to go now, or some of you not?
Am I heckers like?
Well, the problem is we need to surveil them. That's the issue. We need to know what their conversations are about her. So what we actually need is some listening devices of our own scattered around that place.
Yes, which means you need someone who's skilled in actually physically physical subterfusion.
You could possibly have packed some of this Atomica.
Yeah, sure. Imagine I would have. Yeah.
Sort of thing you would have thought of.
It's well within my skill remit.
It depends what sort of subterfuge you have in mind.
Listening devices in the offices of their Reverend Mothers, and possibly the quarters of the girl herself. I mean, if I could find them, the classrooms as well, but...
So you're planning to sweep through the entire building?
In the perfect world, yes.
You intended on breaking in tonight, are you? Or you intend to take the listening devices with you tomorrow and deposit them around?
That tomorrow would be the easiest thing, but there is some merit to going in at night, or at least checking out the security from the outside at night, and then making a decision from that point. They might do all of their security with the mind.
Yeah, there's that. Well, I see absolutely no problem at all with us taking a stroll, getting our bearings for the town for us to arrive promptly at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I see no problem with us taking a walk, and if we happen to walk past the school during our travels, fair enough. It gives us plausible deniability. I'm well aware of what they're capable of.
Yeah, there's no worries about going for a walk, certainly. You certainly do that.
As long as we keep it in our minds that is what we're doing.
So is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a recon from the outside, I think.
Yeah.
Get some observation equipment like binoculars, night vision goggles, listening devices with me, that kind of thing, and various tools for the job.
Are you all going for a walk, or is Atomica going for a full-on burglary herself?
I'm going equipped for a full-on burglary. Yes, I'm going for a walk. I just happen to have a backpack with me.
So you wait till after your dinner, and when dusk falls, it starts to get dark.
Yeah,
we go for a stroll afterwards to walk off your meal.
Yes, we're going for a nice, relaxing walk, and then we will look at the security as much as we're able to see from the outside, and make a determination as to whether or not Atomica is going to try this shit tonight, or whether she's going to try it tomorrow once we're inside.
But here's the thing. I leave for that walk in this lovely dress, and then once we're sort of outside and by ourselves and we're hiking toward this place, the dress comes off, gets turned inside out, and then all the secret pockets, I take the tools out, put them into a backpack and throw the dress away. And now I look like I'm my SAS Navy SEAL or whatever.
Lara Croft.
Yeah.
You can do that. There's no problem for going for a walk. I mean, this is not Gigi Prime or anything. The outside world is quite. The outside of the buildings is quite nice. Yeah. the atmosphere is not polluted. It's quite a gentle sort of world in that way. It's even quite sort of Mediterranean sort of climate where you are.
Oh, okay.
So the evening is quite warm and quite pleasant. You're fairly close to the sea, so there's a bit of a breeze coming off the sea, just cooling the
That's
city
nice. Yeah, that'll be good.
during the evening.
Mhm.
And you walk along the street back towards where the Bene Gesserit school was. Can you all roll me some sort of observation, or in Atomica's case, maybe a security roll?
Mhm.
Well, I can do. I've got observation surveillance, or I have security systems.
Well, security systems probably for you because you're looking for security systems.
Okay.
Anyone else? Observation.
The funky die got a 6, and the total was 11.
Oh,
Excellent.
I got a drama die of 6, and total is going to be also a 6.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Observation is, I take it, a perception. I do not have a great score in this, by the way.
Okay.
Well, no, I didn't either, but
Sight.
perception's okay. Gives me an edge.
So it's literally, it's. I take it, it's, yeah. Oh, I also rolled a 6 on the red.
Wow.
That only
Oh,
gets
it's got a red.
but that was, but unfortunately the other die wasn't a 6, so I'm not doing really. So I only got 7 all in all.
Okay, well, that's not bad because you've all scored pretty highly.
I couldn't have rolled
Bertram
higher. Oh, could have had the double 6 thing.
Well, you could have a double 6. Bertram and Darius, you're sort of looking around at the people around to see if there's any guards and stuff. You can't see anybody particularly on guard or on watch. There's no one. Everyone seems to be moving past. There's no one static outside watching the front. Atomica, you look at the building and the walls, although high, aren't. There's no sort of spikes on top. There's no shielding in evidence. There's no cameras in evidence. You can't see any from across the street. Certainly, you can't see any evidence of any sort of alarmed windows or doors or anything. The place seems to be fairly open.
Yeah,
Ooh,
at that point, I grab Atomica's hand and I say, "Not a chance."
Yeah, absolutely. They're using the mind as security. So the way we have to do it, I have to try and sketch up what I think the floor plan is based on the shape of the building and its purpose, as best as I understand it, which is a school. Where do I think the headmaster's office, as it were, or Reverend Mother, where do I think her office would be?
Okay, the first building the one you pulled up in front of there was steps and a pillar portico. Big square building with some long floor to ceiling windows either side of the portico and a big dome ceiling to it. So and then the building, I mean, because this is a huge place, absolutely huge. You think it could either be in there or maybe to one of the buildings quite close to that.
So of the buildings is that we can observe, what is my deduction of the most likely places for the Reverend Mother or Headmaster's office, as it were, to be? My best guesses. Can I sort of make a short list of what I think the best guesses are and go, that's where it's likely?
The front of the building is, if the front of the building is like this at the front, then it goes wider at the back. You think the chance for the offices to be on either side of the portico is the best option.
Okay. And looking at that, if I sort of discount where I think the kitchens are, where I think dormitories are and so forth, that should hopefully give me a number of possible locations, like a handful of possible locations. Yeah. So what I would then like to do is I want to plant these listening devices in the wall from the outside by drilling through and then covering up again. Do you see what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I do see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I look at Atomica and in this with as much strength of voice and everything else I can say, be bloody careful, for God's sake.
I take it the other two are going to keep watch for you?
From a distance, yeah. They're not coming on site, but they can observe the
I'm
site
right,
from
we're not going
outside.
outside.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I just don't see
you
how
can go
useful I'm
past-
doing this, but yeah, I'll try.
The
Yeah.
words. This looks far too easy. Come immediately in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, of course. That's why I'm not going in the building.
But
because they're all about the mind, right? So they don't need security devices. Because
that's what I
they
was
can
worried
sense
about.
the mind on right.
Yeah.
But by not going in the building, I'm getting around that.
Yeah.
okay. So Bertram and Darius, you sort of like take up a position on a bench in a little bit of a park or something beside the street where you can keep watch. Atomica, you creep across into the grounds and start drilling into the wall between two windows. Can you give me some sort of stealth roll, please?
Yes, I can. So do you say that's coordination dexterity or coordination reaction? I think guess dexterity, yeah?
Dexterity, yeah.
Okay, and my stealth is that, okay. I'm gonna be honest, there's a chance I'll be detected here. Okay, I rolled 6.
Oh, okay. 6. What was your drum?
Fairly
Die?
middling.
Nothing
Nothing
special
special.
in drum. Okay, 6. Okay, that's not too bad. 6 is a moderate pass, lower end of moderate pass, but so yeah, you go up and you start drilling between the windows. You have to sort of guess how deep to drill. You obviously not knowing how thick the walls are, and you insert your listening device and you pick up some dirt from outside on the floor. You mix it with some water and paste over the hole. And then you creep off around the other side of the building to do it again against another window. Can you roll me stealth again, please?
Okay. Well, no, it wasn't the drama die that I got 6 on. I rolled 8.
8. Okay, so you do it again. This time you've got a little bit more sense of how deep to go. You didn't go through last time, so you chance it a little bit deeper. You place your monitoring device again. Bertram and Darius, can you roll me observation? Or Atomic is drilling away. And again, you mix some water with some dirt and try and block the hole up and blend it to the wall.
Oh, okay. I got a 7 normally, but I did get a 1 on my drama die.
Yeah, I think Darius might have got a 1 as well. I think they've just met the Reverend Mother.
I did fantastically worse. I rolled 2 dice, and I rolled 1 on both of them. I rolled snake eyes.
As Atomica is busy working in the shadows, you're watching the street quite intently, and there's some traffic, not an awful lot. But it is quite a warm night, and you hear someone from behind you say, "Hello, we meet again." And you spin around and you see the woman, the Reverend Mother you saw on the steps when you arrived this afternoon, standing there, looking at you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good
It is certainly a lovely evening. We were just taking a breather whilst going for a walk. How about you? Are you out as well?
Yes, certainly. Just getting some exercise, get away from the school and my
Absolutely.
duties for an hour.
Absolutely.
Beautiful evening.
Yes.
And walking is indeed very good for you.
We have an
It's-
appointment here tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We thought the evening would be a good opportunity to get a feel for the town. I wanted to arrive promptly, so I wanted to have an idea of the actual travel time.
She says, "Oh yes, it's. I'm glad you managed to get your appointment. It's not the most startling nightlife available in the universe,
Not a
ever,
problem.
but
It is absolutely The night is beautiful. The sea breeze is cooling. I'm finding it a rather serene place.
And she says, "Your friend is okay, I hope. She's not with you tonight."
Oh, off picking flowers somewhere, I think.
Picking
she is.
flowers.
Yeah, she's most curious about the place, about the flora and fauna.
Ah, wow, that's different. She seemed to be quite militaristic. Picking flowers doesn't seem to
Yes,
fit with
but
her.
she does have her hobbies.
Flower pressing doesn't seem to sort of fit with.
I know it's
maybe
not the
knife
stereotype.
collecting, perhaps. But
I know it's not the stereotype, but she does have her hobbies.
You're Becky. You are halfway up a fucking wall right now. We are doing everything in power to drag this conversation out to give you a chance to get down.
Becky, you finished planting your bug in the wall.
Mhm.
Are you gonna go straight back to the other two?
Were there any more that I wanted to place, or
It's entirely up to you. You can place as many
Well,
as you want.
it's just how many places did I think were on my short list of possible places? Because
Yeah, I mean, there's probably maybe 2 or 3 others you can place.
yeah, well, I'm going to do them all. I don't
If you want to
fail.
roll me another staff, then please. We'll just keep this.
Okay. Well, good news, right? The good news. There's the 2 6s in there, right? I know it wasn't the
Ooh.
drama die, right? So 8, right? Which is good. It's good. Drama die's a 1.
Ooh,
So basically,
okay.
what I got last time.
Drama dies in 1. So yeah, you think this time you've pretty much got the thickness of the wall sorted. So you sort of like hold your thumb against the drill and you drill into your thumb and you think you've really just inside the plaster of the wall. And you do the same thing again. But across the street, the Red Mara sort of goes. She her head sort of peeks out and goes, "Oh, that's a strange noise." She looks across the street to the school.
Oh,
Sorry, what?
yes, interesting birds you have here. Is that a cuckoo that I heard warbling there?
Cuckoo. This time of night, I don't think so.
I
you on
admit
about?
my knowledge of ornithology is somewhat.
She says, "Oh, no, I'm sorry. I must leave you so abruptly. I must go."
Oh shit!
And she crosses the street to the school. Are you going to do any more than Becky?
Yeah, I still got one more to place, and unless they
Okay.
give me a call that I've got somebody actively looking for me, then
yes,
I'm not
yes.
going to
Yeah, Bertram.
do it. So
If it's not Bertram, it's me. So get the fuck off.
yeah,
the wall
I'm.
now.
Well, yeah, I'm. Yeah, if we've got like a comm device, then absolutely, like, get the fuck down
Okay.
from there, please.
in that case, I do the only logical thing. I climb onto the roof where I can't be seen from the ground.
Okay, it's going to be some sort of athletics roll if you have it.
Because if I do anything else, I then have to avoid her. And I would
Yeah.
rather do some death-defying athletics than...
I mean, the wall will have like coins you can climb up. Or
Okay, so physique, strength, physique, constitution. So
strength. It'll be
strength, I'm thinking, yeah. And athletics too. Okay. That's a 7.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. You managed to just sneak up the coins and hide on top of the portico, in fact. And you can see Bertram and Darius watching this woman cross the road towards the entrance of the school. And as she almost gets below you, she sort of looks left and right, and she seems quite puzzled. She walks a couple of steps to the right and stops, and then turns back and walks a couple of steps to the left, almost like she's not entirely sure which way to go. She doesn't like she knows something's wrong, but she doesn't know whether to go left or right. It's sort of like she doesn't know where the problem is.
I'm going to pick up a loose pebble and throw it a long distance away and hope I don't roll a 1.
Go on then.
So that's going to be physique strength.
Yeah.
And I guess
Just-
athletics.
Yeah, probably athletics. I imagine there's nothing else there for that.
This might not amount to anything, but I was thinking what Burton was thinking of just leading Darius away so it doesn't look like we're watching out for somebody that she's trying to look for. Just like, come on, let's go.
They start
Okay.
strolling off back down the road.
That's an 8 with nothing special.
Oh, that's
I mean,
fine.
well, I rolled a 6, but yeah.
So as she stops and starts moving left, she hears this clatter of this stone behind her, and she stops, looks around, and walks off to the right again to see what happens.
Okay. Well, I've got one more to place, so crawl along the roof to get to where I need to do it, whilst keeping half an eye on her.
Okay, it's another stealthing.
Yeah, I'll be going a lot slower because I don't want the sound to travel through, so I'll just go slowly instead. But that'll be my, I guess, covered by the stealth. So, where was it? It was. I'm looking for stealth again. I've lost it on my sheet.
It's on the left-hand side towards the bottom.
That's
sneaky,
it.
sneaky
2 on C, coordination, Dex 4.
Operation Sneaky Sneak.
Okay, it's another 8.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you can probably drill in a little bit slower to get the noise down this time. But you drill in, and this time, if you're drilling from above, if the hole is not so prominent on the face of the wall, you don't have to try and block it up or anything. You drop your listening device in, and you climb down the wall, and using the shadows, you follow after Bertim and Darius.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And then
you
I
don't
appear
see-
behind them wearing the dress again.
Yes, so they were quite surprised that you've appeared again. So you all go back to the hotel together. But as you get there, Atomica, you hear a voice that you think you recognise. You hear from the bar on where the hell is it? Camino. Is it Camino?
Camino sounds very not.
I'm a sword master.
Star Wars.
That's-
Star Wars.
Sounded very
Camino.
jolly.
It's where they made the drone.
Yeah.
Clones.
Okay.
I can't think. Oh, I'm mixing my universes up.
Kaitan.
Oh no, Kaitan.
On the planet
Star.
Kaitan, there's the capital
Kaitan.
city, which name I can't remember the name of the capital city, but Mazin, was it? No,
No, Corinth.
Corinth.
Capital
Corinth.
city.
There you go.
You recognise Duncan Hideout's voice.
The Atreides? Where am I? Am I hearing this, or is this with the bugs I just placed?
No, you hear it live as you're walking into the hotel.
Oh,
And as you look, as you're walking through the foyer, you look, and he's in the bar.
I head straight to the bar. Excuse me.
He looks
I
around
have-
and goes,
No, I was saying
You.
excuse me to the other guys. I was about to say
Awesome.
something, but yes, I go up to him and say, "Hello."
you. Oh, what are you doing here? You were on Kaitan the other day.
Yes, I didn't see you on the guild ship. Certainly weren't in the canteen. You
No,
didn't drink the
no.
wine, did you?
Maybe some. I usually take my own, but
Discovered it on our trip. The guild has been drugging people.
oh, that was you that caused that trouble.
Of course it was.
I heard you've had a bit of a run-in with Count Fenring as well.
Yes, I dueled him and put him down. He still
Ah.
lives. He's
Yes,
most
that's
aggrieved by it, insists that I cheated.
Well,
Sore loser.
you win whatever way you can in this game.
Well, yes, I just beat him. And,
Have a drink, Tess. Have a drink.
I'm not sure. Are we on neutral territory?
You're not on neutral territory at all, and you can see his hand is hovering quite close to his shield belt.
Well,
He's
yes.
unsure. He's unsure.
I'm curious to see why you are here. You business with the Bene Gesserit School?
I'm on house business. I won't say any more than that.
Fair enough. House business for me too. Although I don't think it involves you guys. But I guess we're both engaged in some way with the Bene Gesserit School. That's curious.
It's pretty much the only reason to be here.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, even though it's not going to be the biggest event of the year, it's certainly the biggest event of the month right now. And I'm curious how Atreides is involved. Huh. Well, I have to say, Mr. Idaho, I sincerely hope that we don't have to be enemies at some point in the coming goings-ons. But if we do, I hope you're more of a challenge than Fenring was.
Sounds like you're anticipating something.
I know why I'm here, obviously. I don't know why you're here. And I know what I'm doing relates to events of import. More important than you would usually give credit for my house, which is why I'm just not used to dealing with the traders, you see. I mean, you guys are a major house and a major player in the Landstrad. You know, that's not a table I usually sit at. Still.
Yes, I can't say why I'm here. It's obviously, yeah, you being a house Carino or Lord of the house Carino.
Yes.
I can't give away that sort of information.
No, I understand. I understand. I'm just hoping that we're not. Well, as I said, as I was about to leave a moment ago, I hope that we're not going to be enemies on this. So that if we are, I hope you're more of a challenge than Lord Fenring was.
Yeah, he'll give a bit of a chuckle and raise his glass and say, "Yeah, well, I hope I will give you a good fight."
Well, I hope we don't have to. You seem like a nice chap. I turn and walk away.
What's the other two doing? Did you continue back to your rooms during that?
Well, like I said, I'd want to lead Darius away from the immediate scene in terms of whether we, say, walk in a big circle round or try and get back to the hotel as a different matter.
You're always leading Darius away. You thinking he's going to do something?
No, it's more, if we're just standing there, you know, oogling what's going on, that's obviously going to be suspicious, isn't it? So that's why I want to lead him away if he hadn't already thought of it.
Yeah, you can sit down in one of the settees or the chair dogs in the foyer.
And
have a bit of a relax. Yeah.
Let's be absolutely truthful here. They don't trust me when it comes to this sort of military or sort of situation, and I don't blame them.
Neither do I. Having said that, it's interesting with this, and I point at my tattoo on my head on how much this can get you places, but also quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's right on your forehead. Everyone knows who you are, what you are.
Yeah.
You're sitting there, and Atomica's exchange is going on. You're chatting away with Darius, and it is quite comfortable. Your chair dog is vibrating quite nicely, and you sit there with your drink, sipping away. And the evening is warm, and you sort of relax. And Atomica comes back to meet with you again. And what are you going to do? You're going to continue to your room, or are you going to discuss why Atreides are here?
I don't know if they'd have anything to add on that just yet. So there are two things I want to do. The first is I just get some audio recording and playback devices, tape recorder in essence. I want to record 10 seconds on 2 devices of me rustling the chocolate wrappers very close to the microphone. And then I'm going to play them on loop next to the sound recording devices. And then I'm going to put the set of headphones on and listen to my listening devices going through them and see if I can pick anything interesting up.
Okay.
So I sit on my bed with a set of headphones on listening whilst all they're hearing is chocolate wrappers close to the microphone for an extended period.
Is anyone else doing anything else, or
No, I am going to sit on my bed and contemplate my life choices. I'd like to be able to get my heart out of my mouth and back into my chest, because that was scary, and we haven't even got in the fucking school yet.
It's true. Yeah, you don't
Actually, what time does the bar close?
It's a pretty big. It's a big city. It's a big hotel. The bar will be open as long as there's residents of the hotel.
Okay. I'm tempted to stay downstairs for a bit. Maybe if there are any souk doctors there, for example, I'll definitely mingle with them. Or if not, just try and kind of listen in. I'm more interested in, like, is there anything about people staying there that they don't like about the Bene Gesserits in particular, or if there's anything else, say, I don't know, about us that they've heard about, but I imagine that's not completely likely.
Okay, yeah, you can stay down in the bar. Atomic is setting up in a room
with the SMR rustling.
There are several suit doctors around.
Okay, cool.
And you can get a drink and you can sort of mingle. There's lots of different people in the bar from lots of different planets, lots of different walks of life as well.
Brilliant.
Do you want to approach a suit doctor or straight away?
Yeah, well, maybe not straight away. I'd try and pick a natural point, but at the same time, my charisma is only a 2, so play that as you will. But so I'll try and approach them at an opportune moment. Maybe if they're getting a drink at the bar, I kind of go to the bar and wait and also get a drink. And I'd definitely be interested, at least sort of mundane stuff like where are they from, like what are they doing here, if they got any particularly interesting jobs they're about to do, that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, okay. So you can. There's a couple of doctors standing at the bar, and you can go up to them, and it's just sort of like look like as you get your drink, you can go to get your drink with them next to them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was planning.
And they're sort of like, I haven't seen you around lately. Are you new here?
Oh, hello. Well, I suppose so. Yes. I'm not here for that long, but I have just arrived a day or so ago.
Oh, well, we're just leaving. He said. One of them says, "Can't wait to get away and get back home." To be quite honest.
Oh, really? Why? Have you had a bit of an ordeal?
It's just so much stress. You have to be on your guard here so much.
What do you mean?
The Bene Gesserits. Yeah.
Well, yes, I have heard that they have quite a strong presence here, but I'm sorry, I'm not that familiar with what they're like. They're quite influential here, even for suit doctors.
Well, if you've got to go into the school, then yes, it's if you stay outside in the city, it's not so bad. But they do have their fingers everywhere in the city as well. But it's not so bad. But if you go into school, I mean, he nods over to the corner because that poor bugger over there, he said, I wouldn't fancy his job working in the school.
Oh, I see. Were you seeing patients inside the school as well?
Well, not really. We were delivering our account's daughter to the school to begin her training.
Okay, that's not too bad at least. But I see what you mean. I do have a patient I need to see to inside the school, so I'll bear that in mind. Thank you.
Oh, you'll be dealing with him over there. He said he's.
I may well do. Yes, I've yet to make his acquaintance.
Oh, he might be as well to buy him a drink now. He's very
Oh, really?
he's very accommodating. Do a little bit of relaxation, shall we say?
For the patients or for us? I sort of give him
For
a little.
himself. For himself.
Oh, I see. All
Keep
right.
him away from the snooker drugs, and he should be all right.
Okay. Okay, I understand.
Give him some chocolates.
You got a pocket full of chocolates.
Yeah, I mean, I won't give anything straight away, but I'll bear that in mind, and I'll probably chocolates or something like laxative sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
you can have a bit of a chat with them and just general sort of doctor speak and what they've been doing, what you've been doing.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
yeah. Maybe just like at least point myself out to him and introduce myself.
I'm curious, did either Darius or Bertin mention a thing about flower picking to me?
No.
Like, would you have mentioned it on the walk back? Would you have briefed me what you'd said?
Yes.
Okay, if that being the
Definitely.
case,
Okay.
then I will ask the concierge to bring me a book on the local flowers,
Mm-hmm.
and I will start reading it because I'm going to need to answer questions on that tomorrow. So thank you.
Okay.
So I'll be reading that book while I'm going through my listing devices.
Yeah. Okay.
Preempted tomorrow already.
Becky's sitting there going, I have this awful sense of deja vu.
Bastards, stupid fucking imbeciles. Imbecile.
I put that in the chat first. Okay.
Taking on a very, very French tone all of a sudden.
Yeah, she still lives everywhere.
So Darius, what are you doing? Are you going straight? You get some rest, or
I'm going up. I'm writing my sort of diary and reports of the day. Obviously, I'm not going to mention the fact that one of us was crawling along the walls of the Bene Gesserit school. I have a feeling that might not go across too well if anyone read it.
yeah,
So that particular part of our evening itinerary will be omitted.
omitted. Yes, okay. You won't report on
So
that.
essentially, we arrived. We arrived, went to the school, was asked to was asked to leave and make a formal appointment. Got to a hotel, made the formal appointment. Nice meal, had a nice walk, get a good feel for the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
That seems to be good. We'll break for 5 minutes so we can have a comfort break. Back in 5 minutes. Okay. See you in a sec.
Hi, sweetie.
Yes, just coughing because of out there and stuff.
Because about that? Not being cold.
No, because you've just been smoking.
Oh, sorry.
Do you like do a proper like at the end or something? Because that's what it felt like.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Oh, there we go.
A little bit more. Oh, I remembered for once. What's in it?
Oh, Phil. Might be an idea to read the rulebook if you can get hold of it for War of the Rings 2nd edition for next weekend. Because I still have to refer to that damn thing all the time.
Straight.
Should find it on Board Game Geek easy enough. They tend to have
Yeah.
PDFs
Yeah.
for everything.
Yeah, they're very good.
I'm always
actually.
having to referring to the damn rulebook.
Yes, I recommend. And if
Oh,
you're going to be a shadow player, I can give you some tips.
that's going to be handy.
It looks intimidating.
I'm sure it is.
In particular, one thing we found today was that, like, the rules don't always work together. Like, there's weird sort of anomalies.
There are with the factions, yeah.
I'm
But
not
also,
sure when
like,
we've got a game of that scope. I'm sure it's quite hard keeping it all in.
But also, like, do
continuity
you remember
chart.
with Smeagol when I pulled him out of the pot?
Mm.
And it's like, well, does he count as, like, a regular thing or not? And
Yeah.
this and
It's mostly when because we've added all the expansions, it's like, you know, and unfortunately the TTS thing I have has all the I wouldn't want to play it without the expansions, to be honest.
No.
But
Okay.
which will increase the learning curve. Anyway,
I'm just looking at the Board Game Geek page for War of the Ring. I'd like you both, Jason, Becky, to comment on one thing. Playing time, 150 to 180 minutes. Basically, it says it's a 2.5 hour to 3 hour game.
If you know the rules very well.
Nah. If you play it every weekend, sure. But if you're in your somewhere, but if you play it occasionally, then no.
There's too many rules that you have to kind of recap and stuff.
Yeah, like I say, I'm always having to go back to the damn rule book. So under this circumstance, like, what is the stacking limit of an army? Well, it's 10 units per thing. Does a Nazgul count? Does a spider count? Because that's a faction, not an army. Well, spider counts if you have the huge and horrible card in play, and if not, it does not count.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or what's the other one for the hill folk, like Saruman's Fury or something? So it's really weird. It's like they count towards an army in this instance, but also it's a per round thing, and also in other cases they don't count. And it's just
so there are some complexities, especially as I say with regards to the expansion.
You have to kind of
expansions.
Check as you go. It's not like annoying per se, but you have to just kind of keep checking it every round or so.
Yeah.
Before you do something quite big or drastic.
Anyway, back to Dune.
Dune.
That sounds very interesting.
It's not that bad, and as I say, if you read the rule book, you'll have a big head start on it.
Looking forward to it, though.
If you don't read the rule book, I'm going to spend the entire day explaining and re-explaining. And I'm not an expert. I keep having to read the rule book myself. So
I'll do my best. Okay, so what's that going to have to be? So I'm just reading up for something that's probably going to come up in a second. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, so yes, Darius writes his reports. And Atomica is listening to her listening devices, and Burton is in the bar, happily getting drunk and milking people for intelligence. Atomica, you can hear. You've planted maybe 6 devices. Only 2 at the moment are active this time of night.
Okay.
You hear a knock, a distant knock on a door from one device. You hear someone say, "Come in," and you hear the door open and close. And you hear a woman say, "It's very nice to see one of our graduates. What brings you back to while it's 9?" And a voice you recognise says, "There are some people here that I am extremely interested in. They've caused us some embarrassment, and some payback is required." And you recognise this voice as Margot Fenring.
Okay.
Okay.
Can she just not accept that he lost? I mean, really, you know, the guy lost. Just
get over it.
if anyone needs to just get over it.
And the other one, you hear just people talking. Oh, thanks for that. You hear people talking, and just basically talking about, after, you don't know what, but after maybe 10, 15 minutes listening, they're talking about bloodlines. They're talking about saving a house's bloodline. The only thing you can pick up that relates to you is you hear Mazine mentioned. That's the city you're from. That's the city your lord controls. But that's the only reference to you and your city you hear.
Interesting. I'm most curious about the other conversation, though. What do they actually agree to do, if anything?
Okay. Go back to the first conversation. Okay. She says, you hear the first woman, the one you don't know, says, "Obviously you are you're a skilled Bene Gesserit. You've left the school. You don't want any trouble within the school, so don't you participate in any violence yourself. But you have made ways and means. We will obviously back you to the hill with whatever you decide." And the Margot Fenring says, "Thank you, Reverend Mother. I knew you would understand."
Right. Need to find out where they're staying.
Not exactly a neutral party in all of this, are they?
Bene Gesserit are neutral in anything, mate.
Let's not hear both sides. Let's hear one side and then say, fuck it, we're on your side. Yes,
That's
yes,
right.
I agree. Neutral in a specific and limited way, yes.
Yeah, the Tories, yeah. Bertin, back in the bar. Are you approaching the guy they were talking about in the corner? So he's sitting by himself. He's drinking alone.
I think I'd wait a little bit to ensure that I can see him maybe drinking 3 or 4 before I go up to him.
Definitely, he's drinking 3 or 4. There's probably 3 or 4 glasses on the table in front of him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, I'll probably not give him loads at the minute, but I'd at least sort of point myself out to him and introduce myself.
And he looks up and he's slurred as he speaks. He reaches up with his hand to shake your hand. "Oh, doctor, please sit down. Have a drink." She says, "Darius Holser."
Oh, yes.
Soup doctor of the Bene Gesserit school.
Yes, hello, Darius. Yes, the other doctors up there were talking about you. You're quite well to do around here, I hear.
I don't know about that. He says, I think they all look down on me a little bit. He says they don't think working at the Bene Gesserit school is worthy of a suit doctor
No.
because they think that I just do what I'm told all the time, and I don't have any freedom.
But look at all this. Sure, are you not celebrating something? And I kind of gestured to all the glasses that he's obviously been drinking out of.
He looks at his table and his shoulders slump a little bit. No, not celebrating anything. He says, just another night.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not that well versed in bar talk. Is that a bad thing?
Well, I don't get much company, he says, but I tend to spend most of my evenings out of the school. The only place to go is a bar. I tend to drink a little bit too much.
So you're trying to numb your feelings and your emotions, yes?
Just trying
Because
to
of an
relax.
ordeal you're going through?
Just trying to relax from the day, he says. Just trying to.
So your
myself
day is really quite stressful at the school, then, is what you're saying?
Stressful, yes, you could call it stressful. Very busy, very stressful. Surrounded by Reverend Mothers.
Dear. Well, I was hoping you can help because I've not been on the planet for long, only a couple of days, in fact. But I have a patient at the school that I'm going to be attending to, I believe, tomorrow, if not the day after. Is there anything you can tell me? Any tips you might have about such an endeavor?
Who are you talking about?
I'm reluctant to give the name just out of character. I just make up a female name if I can.
I'm not sure I recognise her. He says you just got to keep your mind on the job. He says keep focused. It's you want to be given. Just think about your work all the time. He says don't let your mind wander. I've always tell the truth. He said if they ask you a question, don't know if you're lying.
Tell the truth.
Don't know if you're lying.
Okay, I understand. And what I'll do, I'll kind of look and see, like, as in terms of his current glass, is that getting close to empty at the minute?
Yeah, he's got about a quarter left. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'll say, how about one more?
Oh yes, I'd love one more. Thank you very much.
And I head up to the bar. I get another drink, and I get myself a drink, and I bring it back, and obviously let him drink a little bit of the fresh one. And
yes, he's quite keen on it. He'll start away quite enthusiastically, even though this is like his fifth or sixth now.
Good game. I say to him, I've heard these Bene Gesserits. They're not on my planet where I'm from, but I hear they're quite manipulative.
Oh, manipulative. Yes, that's a good word. Yes, quite so.
Well, they penetrate your mind and do all sorts in there, but
they know when you're lying. Lisa, so they can just tell. It's very off-putting. That's why keep your mind straight on your job. Right on your job.
So I hear. So in terms of your job, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to go in there, but from what you told me, it's a little bit alarming. Again, have you got any? I know you said keep focused and things, but is there anything that I should avoid talking about, or?
Well, it'd be different for you. He says, for me, they're obsessed with bloodlines and whether women or whether the adepts are fertile and can they bear children and lots of births at the school. People going out, coming back, and coming back pregnant.
Oh,
And,
is that quite a regular thing?
quite regular, very regular,
Oh, have you had to help out with births?
all the time. All the time, he says. Yeah, births all the
Really?
time.
I see.
Anything
I will
complicated, I'm
bear that in
involved
mind.
in. Sorry?
I'll bear that in mind in case I'm
Well,
told
like I
to
say,
help.
it won't be involved for you, he said, but they're obsessed with bloodlines and births and
Well, why do you think that I wouldn't be told to do other things? Are you local to here?
I work at the school day in day out, so I'm here all the time. I work at the school.
Oh, I see. So I suppose they take advantage of you because you're local, right?
Hmm. Yes, quite so. I take it you're just going to do an examination.
Yes, it is quite an intricate examination. Make sure that she's very much in good health. But yes, apart from that, that's all I'm here to do.
You keep yourself to the physical. Any assessment of the mental state, he said, you won't be able to tell whatever they want you to believe. They'll be able to do. So just base your examination on the physical state.
Yes, I was mainly intending to do that, but now that you've told me, then yes, okay, I certainly will. I understand. I've heard some rather horrible rumors about what Bene Gesserits can do to you if you go down the wrong path, shall we say.
Yes, well, the less said about that, the better. We don't want to come the wrong side of them, do we?
Yes, I understand. I'm sorry. I'm still quite new to this this planet and the way you talk about them here. Apologies, I'm getting the language wrong.
Oh, you're fine. We're all suit doctors here.
Absolutely. Are you staying close, friend?
I stay at the school.
Oh, you stay in the school. All right. Okay. Well,
I'm,
maybe I
I'm,
will.
I'm on call 24 hours a day. I just
Oh, really? Oh, my
get a few
goodness.
hours off.
Well, and again, Burton kind of glances at the amount of glasses he has on the table. Well, maybe hopefully you won't have any call later on, but you never know. We may see each other again at the school.
Always got a few chemicals or drugs in the old pack that can sort out if I'm called upon to do very much.
Oh, I see.
Something
Okay.
to sober us up.
Oh, wow. You're very much well kitted out then. Is
Got to be. Because he looks down at his. I better be getting back. I don't want to be too long. If they find out I've been out drinking, I'll be in trouble. So
I understand, Arius. Yeah. I'm just staying up in the hotel room, so if you need to get back, then you do what you need to do.
I might see you tomorrow.
Indeed, yes. If so, I look forward to it.
He stands up and he knocks the table and a couple of the glasses fall over and he sort of staggers
I
off.
sort of try and catch them if I can. And... Oh, yeah, maybe you're going to need some more of that drug you mentioned earlier.
If I can get some sleep, I will first. Only take it if I need to.
Good luck.
And he staggers out the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So when I get back to the room upstairs, I won't obviously go into like loads of detail because it's not really relevant, but I will definitely say, to bear in mind not talking about mental stuff too much and not thinking about it too much. It may seem quite obvious, but at the same time, the fact that a doctor's literally told me that that's a thing.
keep focused on what you're doing.
Keep focused on the physical.
I want to take the guys outside to the corridor,
Hmm.
wait
Okay.
for no one to be about, and then say the Fenrings are planning something. I need to find them.
Do you know what?
No,
At
You
the
only
school,
saw-
or
but they're planning something against us.
You only
And the-
saw Lady Fenring. She boarded the Count Fenring stayed back at the spaceport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to find her.
any idea what they're planning or where, or
Well, she
Not
doesn't
yet.
know.
I don't think she's got her own plan yet, but we need to potentially eliminate her from the equation.
Ooh. It's last Guns and Shields time.
Well,
Okay.
did you
I have
ever see the Count at any point? Because the lady does accompany him a lot.
Didn't hear him, only heard her.
That's interesting.
okay.
Makes me wonder if this is all her doing rather than him telling her.
Bear in mind, they were the aggressor against us, but they now feel embarrassed that
Yes.
and they want revenge. That's what I'm saying, and it's against us and it's personal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we need to remove from the equation a certain,
Person.
Yeah.
Now, I
Or at
happen to
least
have
be-
some skills in the area of garbage removal.
I'm so pleased to hear.
I
Why we hired you?
I would suggest that those garbage removal skills come to the fore. My only caveat is discretion.
Yes. No, do I have a hunter killer with me, Phil?
Ooh. You probably have to declare something like that when you travelled. If you didn't declare it, you could probably.
I did
stash
declare
it.
lots of weapons.
You're not really worried about weapons. Assassination devices is something a little bit different. You
Fair
can
enough.
if you want. I'll let you have one if you want.
It would be
Oh, that's very nice of you.
it would be better if any removal of garbage could not be traced back to us.
Well, that's why I was thinking hunter killer is the perfect thing, because frankly, I wouldn't want to be too close to somebody who can, command me with a voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just you going to a school with hundreds.
Yes, and it could
Oh,
not be done inside that school, and I think that's probably where she's staying.
Phil, do I know roughly when my examination appointment takes place?
Well, you might think it might be. You've got an appointment at 10 o'clock tomorrow. It might follow on
Yeah.
from that.
From
So it
that,
might be
okay,
10:30, 11 o'clock the next day.
Yeah. okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think the formal introduction will be 10 o'clock, and if the examination isn't happening directly after that, then the timetable will be established at the meeting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Cool.
So, what's
So-
next then? Are you going to get a good night's sleep, ready for tomorrow?
I guess so. Yeah. I can't think of anything else.
Now, I'm going to write a few extra notes in my diary.
I thought you were going to say write your last will and testament for a minute.
I'm prepared to take cliche only so far.
I'm going to turn
do that.
the volume up on the Reverend Mother's listening device, or the room where I heard the Reverend Mother, and go to sleep with the headphones on, but the volume up. So if she stirs in her office overnight, I'll hear it.
Okay.
How do you sleep like that? Like
With headphones on. Well, if Atomica is anything like me, you've heard me fall asleep with a YouTube video playing 2 inches from my ear before, so I can
So
sleep
Atomic-
through anything. And
Literally
Atomica's an army
stuff
playing
like that.
videos about Dune right next to your ear. Yes.
Well,
Yes,
I
I
mean,
have
the
heard.
thing is, also the mental retention from REM sleep is incredible.
Apparently.
People
Yeah,
have been
although
known,
really I just want to come to if I hear something. But like,
yeah,
she's military trained. She could fall asleep in hanging upside down in a bus station roof. I mean, it's what soldiers are like. You fall asleep anywhere, wherever you need
Okay,
to.
so you don't hear any more that night. Okay, and in the morning you can get up and you can prepare for your meeting at the school. Um, you you go along to the school for your 10 o'clock appointment,
yeah.
and you met again.
I'm dressed in more formal attire this time.
Yeah, I've
I'm not,
repolished
I'm
my
not,
buckles.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
not, I'm not,
Full
I'm not,
doctor's outfit.
I'm not dressed in my sort of travel wear this time.
Mm,
I'm dressed in
yeah, I mean,
sort of
everyone would have
more
like a
clothes.
military uniform. Even the doctor would have a very formal, sort of almost military uniform to him.
It's just
I
the
mean,
buckles of mine shine a bit more than everyone else's.
yeah, obviously, yeah. I don't know if I dress full military doctor uniform. Like, I want the patient to feel at
If,
ease.
if you think of it as a house uniform,
Yeah, it's a house uniform.
Hmm.
More. I think the suit
Okay,
doctors tend to
okay.
be black. Everyone else's that sort of vary. Atomica and Darius are in a sort of wine red jacket
Okay,
with gold epaulets and buttons and
okay.
Yeah.
Well, black
Yeah,
fits
my red
everything,
coat.
so yeah, whatever.
red coat. And you get met at the door.
I just that just has me thinking that Kaiten is just the biggest fucking butlins in the whole of the fucking universe.
You get met at the door by Reverend Mother again, and you introduce yourself, and you get taken through the portico.
Yep.
And seated in a small waiting room. And after a short time, a what you assume to be a novice, she's in a lot plainer dress with a lot less ornate headdress, comes in and says to you, "Please, will you follow me?" And she leads you through into an office that you think actually is one that Atomica had. Atomica thinks she bugged from the outside the night before. And sitting behind a fairly large wooden desk is the woman you saw yesterday. And she stands as you come in, and she says, "Hello again. I am Anna Gazarian. I'm very pleased to meet you all. If you would like to be seated."
Most honored to make your acquaintance, officially.
Charmed.
Yes, very pleased to meet you. You are here to negotiate the wedding, I believe, of Scylla Miriam.
That's correct.
Yes.
You've already met her father, I understand, and everything is arranged on the gallery sort of front.
Well, certainly, his offer has been made. We have yet to take it to our Lord for finalization, but I have no doubt that it will be accepted.
Mm-hmm. And you're here to meet and looks at the doctor, examine the candidate.
There are necessary parts to any wedding. I think that had the young lady and our Lord known each other and had courted then a lot of these examinations may not actually be necessary. But unfortunately, being a stranger, these things are required.
She says that courting is a very quaint concept for a noble house in this day and age. We prefer to arrange things and preserve bloodlines ourselves. There's much too important to lose.
My lord would very much agree with you. I admit to a certain romantic whimsy on my part.
She nods. And so, of course, you do realise that the good doctor, will have to examine her alone. We wouldn't allow so many people into the room while she's being examined.
That is entirely in keeping. Yes.
That's very good. You're obviously the diplomat amongst the group. We can arrange for her departure. Everything being all things being equal, in probably not tomorrow, but the day after, if everybody's happy.
I think that would be agreeable. Yes.
Very good.
Subject, of course, to my learned doctor's examination. As you say, I am the diplomat. My medical knowledge is minuscule. I defer to the good doctor on such matters.
I'm sure he will have no problem at all. She is a fine example of a human.
I imagine
have
so.
some questions on security matters. I understand that former pupils can return to the school at a later date, which means
Yes.
presumably at some point our princess will be returning to this location.
She can, and she's most welcome in the future. Yes, if she wants.
Just so I understand how that works, would it at all be possible for me to see whereabouts in your building that would be, so I can just sort of see the room and understand what would be required from our end in a security perspective? A quick look at the rooms would be all I'm after, just so I can understand the context.
The dormitory wing, yes. Obviously, not the novice dormitory wing.
No, that's fine. Just where she would be, the kind of thing she would be staying in if she came back is what I'm after.
Yes, the guest. We can show the guest wing. That's not a problem. Certainly.
I smile at the Reverend Mother and say, as I say, when it comes to matters medical, I defer to the good doctor. On matters security, I defer to my learned friend. If she feels that this is necessary, I, of course, would.
Security is always necessary. It's an unfortunate reality of life these days. But yes, everyone needs to be secure.
Agreed.
No, that's fine. That's fine. We completely understand.
No more
Well,
questions.
of course, this is one of the most secure places in the universe.
That I have no doubt upon, but
I didn't see many security devices as I came in.
Security devices aren't necessarily needed. We have our own methods of maintaining security. But yes, we don't like to discuss it because obviously it's not very secure if we do.
Understandable.
So she stands up, if you'd like to proceed with your examination, Doctor. And I will get a novice to show you the rooms.
Thank you.
Very
And
good.
Mr. Wardson,
yes.
what would you like to do?
Do you have communal grounds within the building?
There is certainly a garden. Yes, we can show you to the garden. And if you wander down the length of the building, you can enter the herb garden, which might be of more interest to you. Obviously, it's a little bit different than just a ornamental garden.
Yes, indeed. That'd be most tranquil. Thank you.
Okay, so you get shown into the garden, and you can pace around and whatever you like in there. Tomica, you get shown to the guest wing. A novice shows you there. She doesn't speak all the way there, and she shows you an empty room. Not empty, obviously there's furniture in it, but no one's staying in it at the time.
And there are a number of guest rooms in this part of the building, are there?
The wing is for guests, yes.
This whole wing, okay. But multiple floors or just this floor?
It's 2 floors.
2 floors, above and below this one, or
below.
sorry, above or below this and below. Okay. And I'll have a look outside. I'm genuinely going to look at this from the perspective of how would I secure it if I was here, because in terms of getting the information that I need without taking my mind off the job, I've done exactly that.
Okay, Doctor, you get shown to a room, and actually your friend, the other doctor, is there, and he greets you as you enter. He goes, "Nice to see you again. You should have said you're here to see Scylla. I think you won't find any problems." He said, "She's a fit young lady."
I imagine not, but it is very much a thing that my lord is keen for me to do, to ensure that there is nothing, no anomalies or anything we should be concerned about.
He says, "I'll leave you alone with her so you can conduct your examination."
It won't take long.
As she comes in, he leaves. You think she's probably maybe 5 or 6 years younger than what Lord Kalmar is. She has red hair, fairly tall, thin, fairly pale.
And she uses the voice on you and says, "My body is fine. Go away."
And she says, "Doctor, I am Scylla Merriam. How would you like to proceed?"
Well, if you wouldn't mind sitting down, I assure you this won't take long. I just need to check that you are in a bill of health before we can proceed with the wedding.
Sure. Are you checking for anything particular?
I mean, obviously, I want to stay away from the mind thing. If I can.
You can try if you want.
I mean, she's a Bene Gesserit. I'd rather not.
It's basically health and fertility check, isn't it? That's what the Lord wants.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's interesting as well. When Darius earlier said about, there's loads of fertility going on. So I'd probably check there as well if she lets me, but it's very much kind of what she wants. So yeah, I'll stick with the physical and also check like fertility stuff, like her fertility.
Blood
plating,
test.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Blood test.
Blood test. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can do. Do you want to roll me your equipment?
Yes.
You would have some equipment for checking all this, obviously.
Yep. I mean, would devices work in this instance or no?
Yeah, you'd have some sort of scanning device, I expect. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they do have like a medical scanner, don't they? They can check people.
Okay.
For all we know, she could have.
I've been doing this slightly wrong. I've only been adding the specialty rather than everything, so I've actually been doing less well than I should have been doing. But...
You've been passing, so.
Yes, yeah, I've been passing apparently, but yeah.
For all we know, she could have an STD.
Would this go under logic by any chance for intellect?
Should be shown next to the skill. Oh, I see what you mean. The special. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not sure actually.
Deduction or knowledge?
I've only got logical perception, so it's going to have to be logic, if anything.
Logic or perception? Perception? Which one is your highest one? Go with your highest one.
Both the same. They're both plus
Okay,
1.
perception then.
Okay. Cool. I just had an die.
You'll see why.
Oh my goodness me. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Jesus Christ. Okay, so
You go into your instrument, she's dead.
Was that Jesus Christ good or Jesus Christ bad?
No. That was very bad. Okay, 3 of my dice, including the drama dice, got a 1. Okay. But my main sort of score that I've got is a 6.
Okay, so you do your examination, and from everything you can tell, she is fit and healthy. Okay. You don't get any particular indication from the blood test. You think it got contaminated in some way and something's gone wrong with the blood test.
It looks like a bit of a bad
Well-
reading on the blood test, my lady. I may
the
come back to you in a moment and do another one.
Yeah, whether the instrument is dirty or there's a dirty a test tube or something, but something's contaminated. You don't get any particular readings off the blood test.
Do you mind if I come back to you later, my lady?
No, she says no, certainly not. I'm looking forward to fulfilling my role in the marriage.
I'm pleased to hear. Like I said, it's not a common occurrence, but occasionally this does happen. Whether it's the tube or perhaps you've eaten something in particular that's caused a bit of a spike of the readings. You know how it is.
She says, well, we do have a very varied diet here because we could be going to anywhere in the universe, so we do have foods from everywhere.
Ah, I see. It may well be that, and my equipment may not have taken that into account. So I will come back at a better opportune moment and take another reading for you from your blood test.
Certainly, she says, but if that's all for the moment, I need to be somewhere.
Absolutely. For the moment, I'm done. I'm happy to wait for a better time for you to complete the blood test with me.
Oh, thank you very much, Doctor. And she leaves.
That's all right. Thank you.
And while you're packing your kit bag up, there's a soft knock at the door.
A soft knock. Okay. I mean, it's not my premise, so I'll just wait for them to come in. I don't tell them to come in or anything.
Okay, and there's a second knock at the door.
Okay, I go over and open the door then.
Okay. Standing in the doorway is Margot Fenring.
Oh, my lady Fenring, can I help you at all?
You certainly can, she says, walking towards you, sort of moving you back into the room as she walks forward. She
Is
says,
something the matter?
Yes, she says, something is the matter. You drugged my husband during that fight on Kaitang. The fact
sorry.
that he could get beaten in a duel in some provincial town is an insult.
I'm sorry, I don't quite understand what you're talking about.
My husband, Count Fenring, drugged just before his duel.
Well, I know who your husband is, my lady, but I'm not sure what you mean by drugging on in a small town. I'm afraid I don't follow.
She says, there will be retribution for this. We will have our pound of flesh.
Retribution for what? I still
Embarrassing
don't.
my husband.
Well, yes, I know who your husband is, but again, I'm not sure what you're saying to me. I'm quite confused. I'm sorry.
confused. She says, "Well, this will probably clear the matter up for you, actually." And she
What matter?
says to you, "Yeah, you will take this knife," and she holds it out to you. "You will take this knife, and you will kill the first of your companions you come across." And the voice sounds very deep and guttural, and very strange to you. Can you roll me a charisma plus will, please?
Oh God. Okay. Yes, I can.
Please succeed.
Do I get any skill adds to this, or is it just the attribute?
It's just an attribute
Okay.
of this one.
Oh God.
Please succeed.
Okay, so okay, so that is a 6.
So what's she got? She's got a
Probably more,
Like
considering.
roll a 6 and a 6 on the drama die.
sorry.
No,
What did
I've
you
not,
say?
really
I've not
roll
got
it.
a 6 in drama, but I've got a 3, so it's not.
So what did you say? Yours was what? Sorry. Let's see.
Highest was just a 6, so there's no
Sounds
skill
like
add
it's a
to it,
6.
so it's a skip.
Three
It's a 6. Yes.
willpower. Sorry, I don't know we have to do this bit, so I'm behind you now.
Oh right.
Okay.
But
You reach out and you take the knife from her hand, and
okay.
you turn and leave the room without your bag.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Tomika and Darius, could you both roll a d6 a minute, just to see who the
One
first
for
one?
me.
To see who it is that I kill.
Well, if it's me, it's not. Then it's not me who dies, is it really?
I rolled a 4.
Oh,
Rolled a
shit.
1.
Okay. You see Darius come around the corner from his garden walk.
You can fuck off.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to do this. You know I don't mean it.
Just to tell you, just to remind you, you do have a shield on.
I take it when I see Burton, I can see the knife.
You can see he's carrying a knife in his hand, and you can see he's walking. He looks strange. He looks stiff, upright. He's very sort of determined. There's no sort of emotion on his face. He doesn't greet you in any way. He just walks straight up to you.
Yeah, the shield is going on.
Do you have any weapons, Darius?
No on me.
Oh.
I didn't bring any weapons because I thought we're going in this fucking place. The last thing I need to do is bring bloody weapons. That's just going to cause problems. I didn't bring any.
Okay. So if a knife attack onto Darius, please, Burton.
I mean, I don't really have anything that can do that.
So you roll in physique strength.
Okay, I have physique. I don't have any strength.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a bonus for Darius. Unless you really want to kill him.
I'm a souk doctor. I'm not a fighter.
Aren't you mentally conditioned not to be able to attack people?
Oh,
though?
that's
You are
a good
mentally,
point.
you are
That is a good
mentally
point.
conditioned, but this is
I know additional mental conditioning. I'm just wondering how they would interact with each other.
Yeah.
I don't. It's gonna grate. But the
My brain.
the brain. But Fenring actually rolled quite a lot higher.
Okay.
No, I appreciate she succeeded. I'm just wondering what that's going to do to Burton.
Yeah. So
and
I
how
think
it would.
It's gonna kill me from the inside.
Yeah. Right. I'm worried about Burton as well. You must understand that I'm possibly slightly more worried at the blade coming at me right now.
Well, I got a 4, so you'll be fine.
Okay, you need to roll your dodge then, Darius. So that's going to be dodge is going to be. Is that based on coordination reaction?
Sure. Yeah, sure. There's
Coordination. I don't have reaction. And I'm adding 1 to this result.
It's get back
6
to
in total.
Oh, right.
Still
Okay.
better than my 4.
Yeah, he's done better than the 4. Yeah, Bertie doesn't actually hit you. The blade glances off your shield and obviously goes quite wide. He comes back.
Bertram, no.
No,
Sit.
no.
6.
Sit.
I'm not a
Can you
fucking
Stay. Bertram.
After
Bertram.
you regain your balance, Bertram, and you strike again, if you could roll me another attack, and if you could roll me another dodge. Atomica, this is the time where you enter the corridor and you see you see the two fighting in the corridor.
Another 4.
Okay. Well, I see Darius is unarmed.
I rolled snake eyes again. I'm in real trouble.
Oh no! Okay, it's a knife, isn't it?
It is a knife, yes. You told me it was a knife.
I'm going to break Bertim's wrist.
Whoa! What did I do to you?
You're holding a knife.
Not against, like, not as,
Okay,
it's against my will.
Bertram, can you roll me 2d6 plus 1?
Oh my god. Okay. 8.
8.
Yep, 8.
Oh, okay. So looking at the. Where is that to?
I'm so sorry, Ronnie.
What is your shield on your health, Ronnie? You should have.
I don't know about the shield actually.
Okay, your shield will take some of the hit.
I've got 3 health points. I know that much.
3 health points. Okay, so you're on health. You've got 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you're 2 wounded. So he has delivered quite a bad wound on you, but you're not incapacitated or anything. You're still up and you're moving.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to back off.
So, Tomika, what are you going to do?
Actually, I have a stunner, so I'm just going to shoot Bertim with a stunner.
Okay.
Because it's non-fatal. It's a stun. I mean, and then I don't even have to get close to the mad sociopath with the knife.
Shoot Bertram then.
Yeah, but with the stunner.
Yeah. I was thinking you might just try to restrain him, but shoot him. Why not?
Yeah. I just pull out my stun pistol or whatever it looks like. I've no idea. 7.
7. Okay, work for Bertram to get back.
I'm not sure where the stunner is in the rules. It's just, I mean, I have a skill stunner. I assume I had so many weapons on my thing. I haven't.
I think a stunner, if you hit, you just stun, don't you?
I'm guessing so. It seemed like the thing to use.
Yeah, it's not.
Even if it does enough so you can kick the knife out of his hand.
Oh, are you thinking, when you say stunner, do you mean a slow pellet stunner?
I actually don't know, because I saw stunner skill, and I assume in that massive weapon list of mine, I assume I've got a stunner. I'm just pulling up the Swordmaster stuff now to see. It says stunner in my equipment list on Swordmaster.
That's a 1d6 plus poison damage. So unless you poisoned it, it's a 1d6 damage.
Okay, but does it
unlike,
actually stun?
Yeah, that's unlikely to kill somebody. It won't kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've rolled 3.
3, okay. So he's probably just be... so what about taking probably down to stunned? Yeah, they'll probably take him down to stunned.
Yeah, there we go. Job done.
Wait for him to get back and find out. But...
Then I go up to him, take the knife out of his hand, and if he resists, then it gets broken.
Ronnie, you don't go anywhere without a weapon.
It was meant to be a simple go in, do a quick medical, walk out, entirely diplomatic, non-lethal situation. It was never designed for members of my own team to be stabbing me.
That's still just the way it goes.
Plus, I figured we'd be, apart from Atomica actually being the designated security, I figured we'd be frisked and told to disarm anyway.
Okay.
I need to do a dodge roll of any sorts against this shot in my stomach?
You can give it a dodge roll.
Wait, do I even have dodge?
Well, the only thing I would say almost in mitigation, because it will help save my life, is Bertram is rather sort of fixated on me at the moment. He might not even see the stun coming.
What do you mean?
You're trying to stab me.
You're fighting Darius, and I've just shot you from elsewhere.
Yeah. Okay,
So
okay. I am not fixated on anything. This is the mental crap that is filtering down into my body.
Yes.
Look,
from our point of view,
yes,
you are fixated on stabbing me one.
He did stab you one.
Would this be coordination dexterity? Yes.
And dodge.
I don't have dodge. Just dexterity. Okay. Oh, goody gumdrops.
without skill, I don't think it can get high enough, can it?
I got a 1 on the drama die, but a 5 as my strongest number.
That's still a fail because Becky rolled a 7, I believe.
I bet she
7
did.
or 8, I can't remember. But
So
yeah.
Becky, as you stand over Darius, about to stab him again, Atomica walks in and levels her stunner, boom, blasts you with her stunner, which does, I believe, 3 damage to you.
Okay.
So I think that'll probably take you down to stunned, if not pretty close to stunned.
I mean, what's it take to stun a person? I'm not sure.
It depends what your health is.
My HP is 15.
Your HP? 15.
No, your injury levels are determined by, what is it, physique, isn't it?
Physique
Or
Constitution.
Constitution is... That is a good point. I don't see Constitution.
Top right,
anywhere.
in the stats, physique, Constitution is a sub-property.
Yeah. But bear in mind, I've not done it on the character sheet because it wasn't working for me. I've got physique written down. Oh yeah, Constitution. Yeah, that is a 3 in that case.
What physique and Constitution 3?
Total.
Okay, so you are stunned.
Okay.
Yeah.
You fall on the floor next to Darius, and the knife goes rattling across the tiles.
And in answer to your question, what does it take to stun someone? Being suddenly knifed by a close colleague. That's pretty stunning.
I will go up to Bertim, handcuff him, because I assume he's still under mind control.
Really?
You're under mind control, and I've got to leave the scene now.
A door opens up, and Darius Hulsa runs out. What's happened? What's happened? I heard the shot.
My colleague.
And he rushes over to Darius and starts the other Darius and starts bandaging his wound.
All right, Bertim, come to. Oh, you are conscious, actually, aren't you? Who spoke to you last?
Lady Fenring.
Thought so. Okay, I pick up the knife, and I'm now going to find Lady Fenring.
She told me to take this knife and kill my closest companion. She said that there would be hell to pay.
I pick up the knife. I'm now looking for Lady Fenring. Where was she?
She came into the surgery room.
She was in the examination room.
I was just finishing up.
I'm heading that way, and I will. Once I get there, I will then walk to where I believe her quarters are.
Okay, you go into the examination room. That is now empty.
Mhm.
Okay, so you head back towards the guest quarters.
Yep,
Okay,
that's where she's next most likely to have gone.
so you head back towards the guest quarters, and as you round the corner, you see Lady Fenring
Hmm.
talking to a novice and a reverend mother in the corridor.
Oh shit.
Okay. I go up to the conversation. I say, Lady Fenring, choose your champion.
And
I suggest you find someone better than your husband, given I defeated him last time. If I have to face him again, this time I will kill him.
the reverend mother says there will be no bloodshed here.
No.
in this school.
No. I'm there. There will be a duel. It doesn't need to be here.
She says, if I choose a champion, it will be my husband.
Oh,
And
I'll face him again.
This time he won't be drugged.
This time I will kill him rather than just defeat him.
Well, it'll have to be back on Kaitane because he's not here. So
You have no champion here.
my husband has travelled.
I suggest you find one, because if you can't find a champion, you have to take the duel yourself. And I turn and walk away.
Oh, she might be up for that.
But that's as I leave it, and I turn and walk away.
You're going to walk back to your compatriots.
Yes.
Bertram is sitting on the floor, his back against the wall now, handcuffed behind him. The doctor has Darius's wound sealed. He's not bleeding anymore. He's coming around slowly. He's obviously in a bit of pain, and the doctor is administering some painkillers to him.
When they do this mind thing, how long does it last? And I sort of click my fingers in front of Bertram's face, nod.
The stun is actually taking it off of him. He's actually cured now. He's not.
Okay, I'll take him out the handcuffs then. I have challenged Lady Fenring to a duel. She nominated somebody for a champion who wasn't even on the planet, so I've said she'll have to take the duel herself.
Well, what does she do that for?
She's an idiot.
So
actually going to fight her on the planet?
Yes, I'll need to check what the legal situation is in terms of where I can do it. But
I am
it will
sorry
happen.
for.
I will look into the legality.
Thank you.
I will look into the legality of your claim.
Bertin, I'm going to need you to find some kind of drug to keep her out of my mind.
I certainly will try. The problem is that she obviously knows if I administer a drug to anybody remotely significant to her.
No, she's referring to the truth drug that we gave him, the talking drug.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that.
That's and she saw that in her husband afterwards. There wasn't anything to do with the fight, but she's using it as an excuse because she wet herself when her husband actually lost a fight. I mean,
oh, I see.
Frankly, she should be lucky I didn't kill him. Anyway.
Well, let me get my mind back to normal first, and I will try and research something for you, yes.
Okay. So you help Darius back outside, and you set him up in the hotel, reading some legal texts on some sort of reader, getting some bed rest to try and recover. Obviously, he doesn't want to pull his stitches and open his wound up again.
Yeah. I am going to look up the legal situation regarding the duel.
I'm going to have to look it up myself.
Essentially, I doing it at the school is a no-no. That's not even going to be a question. It's whether we have any legitimacy on this planet to call a duel here, or whether that duel has to be settled back in our home.
It's usually going to be, I would imagine it's going to be sort of like a very private thing, a duel.
Yeah, and it'll be local. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
Cause, yeah, I mean that's the point with them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to double check because I don't want us getting into the situation where we feel we have the moral high ground and we end up digging ourselves into a deeper hole.
Yeah, because we, I don't know, drew blood in a public park or something.
Yeah.
We have to make sure we do it in a place where it's permitted, but
Yeah.
we might need somebody to sponsor the duel in the sense of having a location we can do it at.
Yeah.
Whatever the circumstances around that are, or whether it can be in a public park or something, I don't know. Because there's apparently a park opposite the school, because you guys were sitting in one.
There is one. Oh, was it the school? Yeah.
Well, there's a park. We could always have it down the beach.
Yeah, there's a beach. On the beach.
We can have it on the beach. I'm thinking more for the funnies of the fact that this is where he throws in an obscure computer game reference, because it will always remind me of the opening scene from Way of the Exploding Fist, where the first battle was on the beach.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was the very first ever fighting game.
Yeah, it was one of the first.
But there was a certain move that was a certain move that was stronger than everything else. You just constantly repeat it.
Yeah.
But Bertim, I'm going to need something. So, just in mechanical terms, if there's a drug that can boost whatever stat that save was on, that'd help, right?
Stat was a willpower. What was it? It was willpower.
Because I've got to say, I have 2 dice in that. It's not good.
I do. It was willpower and something else, but
Willpower presence. Oh,
I've
yeah,
got
charisma.
a lot in things like narcotics and medicine.
So the point is, that's the drug I need boosted this time, not the physique going rah combat drug.
One of the things I am going to look at, Phil, with regards to legality, are the are the laws and etiquette surrounding a duel. In effect, I want to look up whether we can actually dictate the terms of the duel. As in, you're allowed to use this weapon, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, because being at Bene Gesserit School, they might have rules on allowing or not allowing voice.
Yeah.
The fight will be under the rules of Canley. So I have to look at the rules of Canley. It's charisma willpower is the save for the voice.
Yeah, so a drug which boosts those would be good, because I don't have good dice for it.
I would preferably like to have the duel stated that no voice is allowed, which I don't expect for a moment that she'll stick to that. But at least if she tries the voice and manages to succeed, even with whatever drug you take, we can then claim foul right off the bat.
Right.
Okay.
Nonetheless, I don't intend for it to get to a duel, because whilst you guys are doing your legal and drug research or manufacturing or whatever, I'm actually going back to the Bene Gesserit School, but equipped with slightly differently to last time, because I know now what wing she's staying on. And my plan is to, as well as carrying some weapons just in case it goes wrong, I want to sneak back onto the school from the outside, drill a hole in the wall and put a hunter-seeker through, because I know where she is now.
I thought it was last gun shield time.
I have a feeling this might not go well for us.
It might not. But
The problem is
I'm going to do this at night.
I was going to say, because the problem is you've now opened up a point of honor.
And I fully intend to be there waiting for her in the morning, despite having killed her with a hunter-seeker.
Yeah. Did you let me see, Hunter-Seeker. Hunter-Seeker.
Basically a radio-controlled...
Yes, 2d6
Right.
plus 1 damage.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I need a poison one then. I need one that delivers a slow poison that will kill her.
Yeah, you can do a poison one. So
Yeah.
you can probably do that. Is Bertie intending on going back for to this second blood test the next day as well?
Yeah, definitely.
You are, okay. So that evening, Darius is busy on it with his books, trying not to bleed over the bed. You're probably still recovering a little bit from your ordeal at the Bene Gesserit school, Bertie. You might go down to the bar venture down to the bar for a drink, perhaps, and fortify your spirit. Atomica, are you going to sneak up the road and actually try this?
I do the same again. I go out in a dress and I arrive at the Bene Gesserit school, having hiked cross country in Delta Force / SAS gear, and I want to sort of get up onto the roof. Move silently across, abseil down, drill a hole through the wall, stick the hunter-seeker in, get back up on the roof, use the radio control gizmo, and kill the bitch.
How are you going to locate her room?
Right. So I wondered if that would be an issue. So I figured if I need to do that, then what I'm going to need to do is drill lots of holes and put a probe in. A camera probe thing.
Yeah.
And I might have to do a few rooms. But I presume when I was inside and I was there, because scouted this, I must know at least some of the rooms which are empty. I know which rooms there are. So again, there shouldn't be too many possibilities. So I'm hoping I can locate the room pretty quick.
Can you roll me a d6 then?
That was a 1. Was that bad?
No, not necessarily. No.
Okay.
If you roll me a stealth.
Yep. 2 and 8.
8. Oh, that's really good, isn't it?
It is. That's as good as it gets for me. Well, apart from drama die, but that was it, middling.
Yeah. Okay, so you roll. You start drilling your hole and you put in your fiber optic probe, and you've actually hit the right room first time out.
I see what that D6 was now.
Yes. So you're gonna drill right through into the room, and you've put the hunter-seeker into the space, and you retire back to a position on the roof. Did you say?
Depends what the range is on this thing. If I can actually now leave the grounds and do it, great. If not, I'll do it from the roof.
Yeah, I think it's fairly close range. I don't think you can do it from
I think it is
streets away. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you can do that.
But I'll plot my exit route. Make sure I haven't got too far to go.
I don't know what it takes to drive one of these things. And?
Well, I do have
If assassination or something?
I thought I had assassination, but because armed combat didn't work on the character sheet, I co-opted the assassination box, so I actually don't. That's kind of changes things a bit. Yeah, no, afraid alas I do not. I mean, I have armed combat as a skill.
Yeah, go on then, roll on combat, or yeah.
I mean,
so
I've no specialty, but
that'll be a physical strength, just a physical strength and a physique physique and strength, I think, rather than
Okay.
skills.
And then race of that, which is 9.
She will roll. Where is?
I mean, I assume she's sleeping. I'm going in the middle of the night.
Okay, she's going to roll. Trying to find where it is. It's going to be something like that, which is going to be 2, 4 plus. Oh, right, she's got nothing in there. Okay. Okay. And she's rolled a 6. Okay. So what did you say? 4?
9 I rolled.
9. Okay. So she wakes just to see this hunter seeker buzzing around the room. She makes she's got a 6, so she freezes on the spot before she makes a dive for the door. You see this move for your hunter seeker because it's like movement orientated, and you push the fire button, which sends it streaking off towards her. It hits her, and it does 2d6 damage.
That is 10.
Ooh, 10. Let me see. She's on. Okay, she falls to the floor. Yes, she definitely falls to the floor.
Poison delivered.
And poisoned as well. Okay, so yes, all right. You see the body crumple to the floor. Can you make a stealth roll to vacate the premises?
6 plus drama die 6.
Wow. Yes, stroll out the place.
I stroll out the place and leave somebody else's fingerprints behind.
Cat burglar style. Tomek, it is the Pink Panther.
Next week, I'm going to roll terribly because I've rolled like really well tonight.
I've rolled really well. Yeah.
To be fair, you did at least one roll where you rolled 1 on the drama die because we all did it almost simultaneously.
Yeah, and I've mostly been doing stuff that I'm good in. That assassination attempt was the first time I was kind of doing something that actually wasn't necessarily that good, and I got lucky with it.
You make it back to the hotel, where Darius has actually gone through some quite big legal texts. Considering his condition, he's actually done very well. He's found a very old rule that there's no fighting in the Bene Gesserit school, but you can carry out the duel in one of the fighting pits in the city.
Ha!
It will be like an addendum to one of the scheduled fights that week.
Are we allowed to set to the rules regarding the duel?
It will be standard pit fighting rules. She will have to choose, as there's no Bene Gesserit going to fight in a pit, so it will have to be. She'll have to use a gladiator as a stand-in for her.
I've just seen that for Duke is watching. Hello.
I'll have Duke.
I did wave.
Catching us, just catching us at the end, for Duke.
But yeah, so the next day, then you go back to the school. You're met at the door by Anna Gazarian, Reverend Mother Anna Gazarian, and she says, if you're here to pursue this combat with Margot Fenring, then I'm afraid she won't be able to. She's incapacitated. She's in an extremely bad way. The doctor is with her at the moment. It might even be touch and go wherever she lives.
Honestly,
What happened?
The Fenrings, I'm sick and tired of these people. They attack our house. We beat them in a duel because they'd insulted us so badly. They now insist we cheated in the duel. They then try to use your Bene Gesserit training to commit an assassination of one of us here. We challenged them to a duel again, and now we get the excuse that she's too poorly. This is. I've had enough of these people.
She says,
I really have.
I assure you, this is not an excuse. I can assure you on my honour that she has been attacked during the night. Someone had used a sabotage device and nearly killed her.
That's most disquieting.
Do we
That's
know
my
who?
bloody job to kill her. I'm most insulted.
If you wish this duel to carry on, it'll have to be somewhere else at some other time. But I would say your bloodlust has been sated at the moment.
Well, not
She
by
is
us.
injured.
I must say, whether it bears any significance, as a soup doctor, I find it very petty and fickle that this notion of cheating is still ongoing when we have come here to sort out a wedding.
Indeed.
I find it very, very odd and out of sorts.
There
I
is
believe,
still,
good doctor, you were wishing to continue with your examination of
Yes,
the.
that's right. There was a few tests that weren't quite they weren't quite up to scratch. I believe because of my equipment or possibly something that the patient had eaten beforehand. So I wanted to get another reading.
well, we can make her available for a short period if you wouldn't mind hurrying. She
No,
has
most
a lot of
gracious Reverend Mother.
duties to.
I don't mind
to
hurrying,
take
not at all. She has agreed
Sure.
to take a second reading with me, so.
And Mr. Wardson, we do hope the events here yesterday. You're not too badly wounded. If you'd like to take a seat, we'll
I think
get you
more.
something
I
to-
think more my pride has been hurt more than my body. However, under the circumstances, I would demand that my security officer remain with the doctor at all times.
That wouldn't be appropriate, but I
Well,
can wait outside the door.
Considering she's female, then we would probably allow that under the circumstances.
She's royalty. It still doesn't feel right. I'll wait outside the door.
Okay,
would
you
agree with
station
that,
yourself
Doctor.
outside the door. Bertram goes in, and a little while later, you see Scylla coming along the corridor, and she nods to you and goes inside the examination room.
I mean, I'll check the
Bertram,
room out first, but I'll go outside for the nakedy bit.
Okay,
The
Bertram, would you like to
naked
roll
bit.
your equipment roll again?
Yes, and hopefully I will do best this time. Okay. Okay, that is definitely better. I got a 9.
Oh, that is better, isn't it?
Yes,
Okay,
it is. Thank you, Phil.
So okay, so you take the blood, and it seems to be working. You sort of say thank you to her, and she leaves, and you sort of packing up while you wait for the results to come through. And you access your little Palm computer, compare the results you have to what's on your laptop, wherever it is, and you think from what you've gathered. And it certainly occurs to you because of her ginger hair, there are Harkonnen traces in her blood.
Okay. I mean, I didn't want to use the ginger thing as a stereotype, but okay. I'll bear that in mind.
Whether you tell Darius this, he might want to. Relay that back to the home world, and whether it's still okay to go on, because the Harkonnens are quite.
Yeah. I'll definitely tell the other two that there's definitely traces of Harkonnen in her blood, and.
But the way the Bene Gesserits carry on, the girl might not even know that herself.
No, but the readings don't lie, so I'm not really bothered about that.
No.
Yeah.
You'd be fairly sure that your results.
Yeah. I just basically relayed to them, out of earshot or whatever, that, from her hair, I got the information that she was indeed of Harkonnen descendants.
Whether Darius thinks that's worth relaying back and asking the question.
Yes.
It
that's
definitely is.
painful, yeah.
It is definitely worth relaying, but also, we curried some favour with the Harkonnens recently.
You did.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to jump ship. You can go Harkonnens, right?
Reckon so. Fuck this Duncan Idaho. He's like a fucking. It's like a sneeze where you've sneezed, but some of it missed your hand and ended up on your clothes, and you don't know it's there, and it's just this grolly that's following you around underneath your elbow.
Oh dear. I've never heard it described like that before. So yes, Darius gets in communication with the homeworld and sends his information back. And in a very short time, you get a call from Lord Calamar, Darius, and he says, "Well, this is quite disturbing. Obviously, she probably doesn't know her heritage herself. What do you think of the girl? You've been there, you've seen her. What's your opinion?"
Of what I've seen so far, she seems quite the innocent. I have no reason at the moment to consider her to be anything other than what she appears, a young lady being married off. However, things have happened here that I am not happy about at all. And whilst I do not consider the young lady to be in any way responsible, I believe that she is a pawn in a much bigger game that's being played on us. That is my feeling.
Does the doctor and Atomica, do they both consider her safe as well? Is she a security risk? Is she a medical risk?
I am waiting for the doctor to finish the full examination. I await his report. Atomica will undoubtedly do a full security brief. We'll be able to give you a far better indication this evening.
Wow. Okay. Following your report, I would trust you to find out what the doctor and Atomica says, make the decision. If it's favourable, bring her back.
As you command.
And he rings off.
Yeah. I do not like the fact that she's part Harkonnen. No, it's no. I mean, it's. Yes, we would be getting into. We would be joining with their house, but slightly more worryingly, they would be joining with us.
Well, the thing is,
it's genetically, not politically, and
but
not upbringing either.
My worry is that she's a wedge they'll use to get their foot in.
The thing is, if you remember last time you had a conversation with her father about dowry.
Yeah.
Okay. And he was not Harkonnen.
No.
Yeah, it's just somewhere up in the family tree. There's a Harkonnen, and it's like that. Everyone's 7 degrees of separation from. What was it, King Canute or some shit? I don't know.
Yeah.
King Canute.
I don't know.
That's a real person.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Egyptian, wasn't he?
No.
It's
Scandinavian.
It's a Viking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Viking. Okay.
Point. It's just a bit of ancestry in the DNA. The question is whether that bothered the Lord, and apparently not. In terms of security clearance, though, I still haven't found out what they've mentally conditioned her with, so I need to spend more time on my listening devices.
Okay.
I lost a night last night.
hence why I didn't want to make any determination.
So once we're clear of this place, I need to go back to that and actually just spend a lot of time listening.
Oh, so are you gonna? Are both of you gonna clear her with Darius to take back now, or do you want to do more investigation?
Not yet.
First?
I want to do more investigation. I want to spend more time on my listening devices to see what the talk is around this school. Because I've got 6 listening devices here that, as far as I know, haven't been discovered yet. So, seeing as they seem to rely on mental defenses rather than tech.
Do you have anything in the way of observation? You have security, don't you?
Yeah, I have observation surveillance.
Observation surveillance. Okay, if you roll
Which
me
is
that,
kind of
then,
exactly what we're doing. So,
because obviously, if you listen to the tapes, you're going to hear something. But the higher you roll, the more you'll hear.
Oh, only a 9. Oh, and it was. Oh no, it wasn't. No, so drama.
9's pretty good.
Yeah,
9
but it could have gone higher.
9 is the bottom end of challenging. So yeah, okay. So you listen to the tapes for a while. And what you hear is you hear 2 people. Possibly, you think one of them might be the Reverend Mother Gozerian that you've heard before. The other one, again, you don't know who that is. And they just start discussing Scylla Miriam, and they say, "We think I think she'll play her part really, really well. She's prepared. She's been trained for it. She can do this." So everyone said, "Well, the people they've sent for her seem to be very, very nervous and very twitchy. I hope that it does go according to plan. We need that bloodline. She has to bear a child. Otherwise, we'll lose that entire bloodline."
Okay. Well, obviously Ronnie's just dealing with his tablet. So, but I will obviously relay that to Darius so he can report it back. So I don't think there's mental conditioning here. What they care about is getting the Duke's spunk.
Subtle.
Soldier. I'm just going to pop to the loo myself while he's off.
Okay. So there we go. So you've confirmed she's fit to bear children, and it seems to be that's what she's going to do.
Apparently so. I'm not going to stop her or anything.
No. Lord of the Rings second. I've got to get out of that book, and I
You're already straight back to the War of the Ring. Yes, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of different rules with it, and like.
Well, the rules and the 2 expansion rules.
Yeah, but I think Becky said that the expansions weren't in the tabletop simulator thing.
Oh, okay.
If I remember rightly. But I mean, they're not like crazy, like more stuff to remember, but it's more like how they work with everything else.
Oh yeah, it's only 48 pages.
Only 48 pages.
Darius, I have discovered what the Bene Gesserit's plan with our girl is. They are interested in the family bloodline. Apparently, if they don't get an heir or a progeny out of our new princess, then they'll be losing our family's bloodline. So they've obviously been doing something long term with the family's bloodline. And so from that perspective, security-wise, she checks out. It's whether the generation game of bloodlines, that we know nothing about what their plan is, it's whether the Duke is okay with that.
Well, all we can do is send our recommendations, our thoughts to the Duke, and let him decide.
Because certainly from a security perspective, that's fine. She obviously actually wants to bear him a child, which is what the Duke wants. So
He did say for you to make the decision. If you get clearance from Bertram and Atomica, it's up to Darius to make the decision whether to bring her back or not.
I mean, security-wise, she checks out.
I think.
But there's a
medical-wise,
generation
Bertram's-
game being played.
Yeah.
It's the Benny Gesserits, isn't it?
And as players, I know that, but as characters,
Yeah,
obviously, They don't. So, but they have just discovered that something about it. So,
I mean, you could look at it in a way that the as they say in the film, the first step in avoiding the trap is known of its existence.
and how is it a trap for our Duke? It isn't. It's a generational game that the Bene Gesserits are playing. Something with bloodlines. We don't know what their end game is with that, but they obviously want our bloodline for something.
Unless you think back to exactly what you heard on the tape. Which they said that if they don't get a child from it, they will lose the entire bloodline.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we want. We want this woman to produce an heir. So
Yeah.
we know that they at least want a child.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, as characters, we know nothing about the Bene Gesserit ability to select the gender of the child.
Yeah. No, you don't know anything about that. No.
So, so as far as we're concerned, that's still random. So, but it's exactly what we want. Goals align.
So, are you going to okay it, Darius?
Given that there are no immediate security concerns or medical concerns, I will put forward that we have accepted the situation.
Okay.
But I think with the caveat, the obvious caveat of just we'll keep an eye on the situation and monitor it. Which I know is kind of stating the obvious, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Yeah. But, there's obviously, we need to, when we're back home, we need to make our Duke aware of this generational game the Bene Gesserit are playing, and that
Yes.
we don't know what their end game is, what they want the bloodline for, but that's a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not something I want to put in a communique in case it can be intercepted.
Absolutely.
I'll wait for
Yeah.
that. I'll wait until we're back before we spring that on the Duke.
Okay. So you can let the school know that everything is acceptable, and as soon as she is available for travel, you will be taking her back to Kaitang. Okay. So in a couple of days' time, once Darius is a little bit more rested as well, probably Bertram's had a few more drinks in the bar.
You're muted.
You still heard it.
Well, I was just saying, I'm not an alcoholic.
It's a thing. Doctors, other doctors are in the bar drinking as well, aren't they?
Well, all
Okay,
doctors
then.
are prescribing themselves something, aren't they?
Yeah, in that case, it's for science.
It's for science, yeah. Okay, so
It's
you
purely
pick her up
medicinal.
in
Absolutely.
2 days' time. You pick her up from the school and you head off to the spaceport. We will leave it there for tonight, and you will transport her back next time.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
That's okay.
Yes, that's getting more and more
Thank you,
intriguing.
Phil.
Thank you for playing.
Oh, the Fenrics are going to really have it in for us now.
Yeah, but
Still, they have no idea that was
You know,
us.
you know that running gag I have at the moment of writing down and how many things am I going to have to sort out diplomatically. I've just stopped writing it. I've just decided just to let the entropy just happen.
Well, do you,
Yeah,
do you
sure,
disagree with the course of action I took, though?
I would have disagreed with it if you hadn't done it in such a subtle manner. If you'd went straight in there, all guns blazing, yes,
Oh,
I would have
yeah,
disagreed
yeah.
with it, because
Absolutely.
not the principle of taking her down, the fact that having called her out on a point of honor, doing what you, if you had went full on, it would have brought dishonor to the house.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've called her out on a point of honor, which is beautiful cover because I've already
Yeah.
established with the history between the houses that it's a matter of honor. Therefore, the last thing
Yeah.
we would do is assassinate her.
Exactly.
Lol.
No, there would have been, as I say, if you hadn't done it in the subtle way that you did, that Darius would have went, right. This is a major fucking. This is a major fucking diplomatic incident now. But
it was quite risky doing it. But
it was very risky.
You were rolling so well on your stealth rolls.
Well, I'm very good at that. I mean, it's not my best skill, but it's based on I've got really strong stats in it, so I'm rolling 4 dice every time.
Yeah. So
Which,
pretty good
I
odds.
was getting so many 6s because when you roll 4 dice, you got pretty high chance. 6s and 5s most of the night, to be honest, because I kept rolling 4 dice.
Yeah, well, we're playing to your strengths, so that's good, isn't it? Really? Yeah, it's good. Enjoyed that.
I'll have bad luck next week.
Yeah, wow. It always happens that way, isn't it? Sometimes the dice roll for you, sometimes they don't.
It's got to even
The
out.
dice
It'll be
giveth,
that.
and the dice taketh away.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing that really scared me is if I did end up with the jewel in her, my defense against her voice would have been 2 dice with no skill bonus. I don't see me passing.
No, that's why I was looking for some way of saying that the voice couldn't, where
The fighting pits was a good solution.
What's the
Yeah.
voice?
so that it couldn't be used, and that way, if it was used, then it would be pointed out, and that would bring shame on her house.
Okay, so she's rolling. What's she rolling for voice?
She's rolling.
Voice.
So I roll my defense now as if it would have happened, yeah?
Okay.
Oh, 6 on the drama die.
Oh!
So, final tally, 6.
Oh, 2.
Oh.
Okay, so
Nice.
she's rolled 11 for voice.
Okay, I got 6, but it was on the drama die.
Okay, well that's not bad. I mean, that counts
The
for
other
both,
dice,
so that's good.
because of course I had 2 dice. The other dice was genuinely a 1. So there's that luck catching up. It's beginning to seep in. I'm on the downward slope.
Yeah, it's on the downward slope. Yeah. So no, that was good. I enjoyed that. So I hope you find it intriguing. There's a few.
Oh,
storylines.
definitely.
Oh,
There's
very
lots-
intriguing.
Lots
Absolutely.
going on.
What the hell is with the Atreides? Like Duncan Idaho is
Yeah.
just following me around the galaxy. What the actual fuck? And I tell you what, if he's surveillancing me, he's bloody good because I haven't seen him yet.
You just catch them in bars.
Yeah, just catching him when he's off duty. When he's on duty, he's never there. It's that good.
He is that good.
Much better
He
than
is.
Fenring, I have to say.
He's entirely that good.
He's
but yeah,
he's a sword master like you. Idaho.
I'm intrigued. The whole storyline is intriguing me. But yeah, that was quite intense in moments.
You got stabbed. Actually, that was quite. It was a bit. It was totally random. Who Bertram got to.
Yes.
Yeah, but like I said,
all I want to say is, I know that Bertram and I are close, but next time, can you maybe be slightly friendlier to Atomica?
I mean,
In a way,
but
it might have been the best thing to happen. You stabbed Darius, because if you got into a fight with Atomica, it could have been really bad. I mean, she might have killed you without even meaning to. Because her fight is that good. If she had fought back. I mean, yeah, that even the stunner could have done 6 points of damage.
Yeah, but fortunately it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I aced it again by pure luck. But I aced it. Mission accomplished. See, Atomica's awesome. By pure luck.
You need to carry some. You need to carry some weapons with you, Ronnie.
The only reason I didn't bring the knife was down to the fact that I was going there diplomatically, and I thought it would make sense to show that I was there being very peaceful and there purely on a diplomatic mission, and wasn't there with any sort of nefarious scheme or combat in mind.
No,
I
that's
thought,
quite reasonable.
Had I known I was going to be the victim of friendly fire, of course I would have.
Well, probably. I don't even know if I wouldn't have thought the super school doctors, normally carried weapons anyway. I thought they would probably not carry weapons on a regular basis. It's just that he was given one that time.
Yeah. So I mean, I probably, as a result of this stabbing, will probably carry my the weapons now as a point of sort of point of safety. But no, that was the only reason I didn't carry it. I thought it would send the right message to the Bene Gesserit.
I've only just thought about it now, but if I thought about it before, what I would have done is I would have made it would have been the knife that Atomica had used to beat her husband with. I didn't think about it.
Surely was that not my own knife, or was that?
It might have been your knife. Well, yeah, it could have been yours, but it might have been still in him when you got intended to, perhaps. Because pulling a knife out does cause more damage, doesn't it? Because you start bleeding once you release that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to leave it in.
Yeah. Well, next time I'll be pulling it out. That's for sure.
Yes.
I wonder if she'll live. We'll be leaving before we find out.
Yes, you might well be leaving before we find it. She won't be travelling back with you anyway. That's for sure.
So shall we cut the broadcast? Shall we leave the poor unfortunate people
waiting with bated breath?
Okay. See if you.
Thanks for watching.
Bye for Jerk and
Okay,
Stephen. If you catch up, I don't know why he's missed the last couple of sessions. I must get a hold of him.
Well, maybe he'll tell you. Bye bye.